Hello, and welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We're back today, issue 79 and issue 80 of the Hachette Partworks release of Titanic, the ship, the legend. So, a bit of a break from the norm today. I don't normally do two issues at once, but as discussed, in issue 79 we get the bottom panel for the hull, and issue 80 we get the top panel. Now it's a lot easier to attach these together while they're off the ship, rather than attach issue 79's part and then have to try and finagle a screwdriver or an Allen key in between the hull pieces to attach the three screws that fit them together. It's far easier to just line them all up, put them together, and then you're only attaching two screws to the side. And I don't think there's going to be enough room for a screwdriver, so I think I'm going to need to use the horrible Allen key. But anyway, what's in the magazines? In issue 79, they have the American inquiry into the disaster, which basically was the Waldorf Astoria Hotel had posted the investigation, but unfortunately, if you want to go and see it, it's not in the same state as it was in 1912. It's been remodelled. Again, extracts from the report. People were summoned to obviously to give their testimony. Bruce Ismay's testimony. Another Smith who was on board, and that is all that's in that issue. Issue 80. Lolo and Momo, Orphans of the Titanic. And again, that goes on to Orphans of the 20th century, and kind of how difficult they would have found being orphans in those days. That was their father, who died after saving his kids. Yeah, but they weren't orphaned. It says they were orphaned, but it then also shows you an article there that said being hugged by their mother, who travelled to join them in the White Star Line's Oceanic, who offered her the free passage. So I don't know why they're calling them orphans, but hey ho. And children's aid movement. And then that moves us on to the instructions for issue 80. As I say, I don't think I'm going to really need the instructions, and I've already told you. But anyway, let's have a peek at what's in both boxes. Okay, so in box 79, we have a brown envelope. We have LM screws. And as I mentioned, we have the lower hull. And in this brown envelope, I do suspect we have washers. And we do indeed. Two of them, if I remember correctly, yes. Again, one of them is a spare one. So put these aside for now. And there's nothing else in that box. And then moving on to box 80. We have more LM screws. And yet more washers. Again, these ones are very, very static and are kind of sticking to the inside of the package. Again, whatever hippie decided it was a good idea to have brown paper packaging that you can't see inside, go on, you tree hugger, you. And we have the top panel looking like that. Very nice. Again, nothing else in there. So issue 79, what they tell you to do is bring the hull over, using that lug, attach it on. Then issue 80, fit the two of them together and try and finagle that part in. Now, it's slightly difficult because getting these 3 screws in while it's on the ship isn't going to be fun, because, as I say, they're held in with horrible Allen screws, and now there's no room to get in there without putting the screws in at an angle, and you definitely don't want to be doing that. So that was why I made the decision to, put them together off of the ship and then attach the 2 parts to the ship at the same time. So what I will do is get out the LM screws. Now they give you 1 spare, so I don't actually need any of the ones that they supplied in the last issue. I'll just take one of the spare ones that I have from previously, because you will need... In fact, you actually only need 5 in total. You need the 3 for there and 2 for there. So you actually only need the 5 screws supplied in this issue. Same with the washers, actually. You only need the 5 washers supplied here. So what I'm going to do first is put the washer on my screwdriver. Sorry, put the screw in the screwdriver, put the washer over the top, line them up, and screw it in like that. And just do that all the way along. Now again, I like that they've included the washers now, because it gives that bit more... It means it's not as difficult to screw it in, because you're getting that softer surface that compresses like a gasket, and it will hold the surfaces together better, so it reduces the chance of you ruining the screw head trying to fit it in. And the final join here. There we go. Now unfortunately this trick won't make it any easier when we get further along and we have a centre piece. It only works just now because we don't have that central plate for the keel. And the next part is to bring over the hull, which is extending ever onwards. Adjust the camera slightly so you can see the hull a bit better. And now all we need to do is attach it to these 2 screw holes here. Now as I say, I do not think I'm going to be able to get my screwdriver. I'll get it into that one. I won't be able to get it into the bottom one. Actually, hang on, let me just test something. Nah, it's not going in at a very nice angle. I'll try it, but I don't think it will work particularly well, but we shall see. So again, I'll set my screwdriver up, put the washer on, or maybe not. And putting the big piece, little reference there, and lining it up with the 2 screw holes. Seconds. Didn't notice that there is a little lip there, so it looks like I'm going to need to remove at least this screw. Bugger! Right, give me 2 minutes and I'll get this all. You can't actually see a single thing I'm doing. Sorry. So what I'm trying to do is line it up with these 2 pins here, but if you can see there is a slight lip sticking up that's stopping that going in, so I might need to loosen this screw off a little bit. I'm just going to grab the Allen key and use that rather than take that screw out. But if I loosen, oh dear, even loosening the screws, this Allen key's not much use. just to see if I can finagle that just enough to get the lip behind it. That's all I'm trying to do, is get it around that lip. So if you're doing this, just try and make sure you leave a little bit of flex there to get it round that lip. Didn't even notice that. There was me thinking I was being super clever. Right, okay. That should work. If I just loosen this one off a little bit. So I'm just going to loosen the middle one off as well. Just ever so slightly. And then as you push it in, just make sure, there we go, perfect, absolutely perfect. And now come back in with our horrible Allen key, and tighten those back up, and that will actually hold it in, because now it can't come out from that lip. But oh, that Allen key's horrible. Not nice to use at all. Not user friendly. Blech. There we go. That's how to fix that. I didn't even notice that when I first looked at it. So now, again, what I'm going to do is extend this out to its maximum extension, just to make it so that the handle isn't causing problems. Then screw the top screw in, just like that. Nice. And I don't, as I say, I don't think I'll be able to even fit it in from the bottom. Oh no, it fits okay. So I'll be able to put this underneath the hull to screw in that bottom plate there. That's quite handy actually. I was worried I was going to have to use that Allen key, and I don't like it, as I may have mentioned on a couple of occasions. So if I tip that up, you can still see hopefully. Get that into that hole. There we are. Tighten it all down nicely. And that is the hull plate all fitted. And that is us for issue 79 and issue 80. Looking just like that. Fantastic. So, that is us for issue 79 and 80 of the Hachette Partworks release of Titanic, the Ship, the Legend. What's coming in issue 81? The forward section of the bridge deck. I don't know if you can see there, but it actually contains the first sort of side pieces for the superstructure. It also has the front decking and the closing panel, whatever the closing panel is. And if you can just see there, it also has one of the floors for the grand staircase, all nicely tiled. Now that should be with us in just over a couple of weeks, I think. But again, this is what she's looking like just now, all the way along. And if I turn her around, which is no mean feat at this stage given the length of her, that's the sections we were working on there. And as I say, the next bit of decking goes there, and it contains the side pieces that go up here, which is, I'm really looking forward to. I have seen a couple of pictures, because obviously people that get them delivered to the newsagent, they get them on a weekly basis, so I've seen where they're up to just now. It looks absolutely phenomenal. As I say, I do know what my next build is going to be, and I'm hoping to receive the first delivery soon, but I don't have a confirmed date yet. As soon as it does, you'll know. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Relatively quick one again. Any feedback, comments, criticisms, drop them down below. And again, any guesses as to what the next build is, drop them down below as well. But thanks for watching, guys, and as always, peace out.